Hey everybody, it's Ia Patsy, and I'm here to do a Divine Feminine and Masculine Reunited reading. Okay, and the information about this deck will be included in the description box below. So it's been a while since I've done a reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine from this deck. So let's see what are the energies that we are going to be looking at for our Divine Masculine. And whenever you switch on to this reading, it is meant for you. So, hope everyone is doing well and getting through this journey. Those of you who are still on it, still on your spiritual path, but some of us may have decided to take a break from this part of the journey, but doesn't mean it still isn't relevant. We're going to take this card. So for our Divine Masculine, we get Anubis, the god of protection. Anubis, the god of protection. So this is the energy of someone who is protecting themselves, protecting their home, and those around them. They could even be protecting their Divine Feminine. They may be protecting themselves from gossip. They may be protecting themselves from embarrassment. Okay? And that is number 7. For our Divine Feminine, we have Hathor. And she is the goddess of love. Okay, number 11. All right, so we have 11 for Divine Feminine and a 7 for Divine Masculine. So these are very, very good numbers for the twin flame journey. So 7 is God's signature. 7 is perfection. 7 is something that is directed by the Creator. Okay, so the masculine energy is in the space that he's doing, whatever he's doing is part of the plan, part of God's plan. And for the Divine Feminine, she is love. She is aware of her divinity, and she also is aware of her sensuality and her sexuality. All right, and she is being prayerful, all right, and staying in touch with the divine. But she's being strong and standing in her own power. Okay, Ashe. So those are the energies that both of our parties are dealing with. Protection and love. Could be that the Divine Feminine is still showing love towards herself and towards the Divine Masculine, and while he is protecting, all right, and trying to be strong. He also has a staff in his hand, so there is also some sensuality, some sexuality there, all right? So maybe he's protecting his position and protecting his relationship, as I said, either from ridicule, from gossip, from phony people around him, people that can't be trusted. But he is aware of the passion that he holds and also the strength and the authority that he has. But he is doing what he is being directed to do. He is following God's plan. And the Divine Feminine is manifesting through her love, through her strength and her independence and her relationship with God. She is in the manifesting mode. So that's what I'm getting from those two cards. All right, so that's pretty good. So let's see what the author says about this. This also talks about this aspect of protection is something that the Divine Feminine may not be used to from men in general, from masculine energies in general. And so that is why she focuses on her relationship with the divine, okay, because that's where she's used to getting her protection and her love from. Okay, that is the thing. She is not used to this type of energy from this divine masculine or from divine masculines in general. And so she relies on her relationship with God. Her love for herself and her love for her creator is where she finds her strength. And that's how she manifests things for herself without relying on someone else, any masculine energy. And perhaps the masculine energy is trying to show through his actions that he can be relied upon. And that's what I'm picking up. Okay, let's see what messages we can get then from the Twin Flame message deck by Mystic Moon. Mystic Moon is another reader on YouTube, Angela. And again, you can find all the information about these cards in the About section of this channel or in the description below. So the first message that we get from the masculine energy is, I got spooked. All right. So, for those of you who are dealing with a situation where your masculine energy and you are in separation or not in communication, he's saying the reason is that he got spooked. He is protecting himself and his energy, his family, the relationship. Something scared him. Something caused him to sit up and get on protection mode. The next card is, I should have been more honest about how I was feeling at the time. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. So something frightened him, or he got shook by his own feelings, spooked by his own feelings, and he realizes that he should have spoken up about it. He should have communicated about how he was feeling. Okay, any more? All right, next we get, our connection still affects me. So even if you're not in communication with the masculine, if you're not in communication, your connection is very real for him. Lying was easier for me than telling the truth. So I think that he's saying that he's feeling a little maybe guilty or a little ashamed. Maybe that's why he's protecting himself, because he's ashamed of the way he has handled this situation. I wish I could take back the things that I said. So he's ashamed, as I said, of the lies. And he's ashamed of the way that he handled the situation in general. So his actions are protecting himself because he feels ashamed. He feels ashamed of the way that he has handled this relationship or your connection up to this point. All right, so let's see what the Divine Feminine thinks about this situation. We get family, twin flame, ascending, action, new direction. Oh, sure. All right, so Divine Feminine, I got spooked, family. Okay, so you feel that he was afraid of a commitment, or he was afraid of what his family and friends were saying about the connection, and that's what spooked him. Speaking from the Divine Feminine, using her intuition, because there's no communication, and this is her response. Her response to, I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time, is twin flame. So I'm thinking she's saying, well, you knew that I was your twin flame. Or I knew. Or you were, She's saying that she feels that he was aware of the connection and that he was in denial because of his family and friends. Our connection still affects me, and her response is ascending. Yeah, well, I think what she's saying is, yeah, well, it should be affecting you, and I'm glad to hear that, and I guess this means that you are accepting and ascending, that you are becoming aware. You're awakening to the connection. Lying was easier for me than telling the truth. Action. The Divine Feminine, again, looking at this from a higher perspective. Yeah, well, that's what you do. That's what you've always done. Those are the actions. And this is who I know that you are, so I'm not surprised. The Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine is, I wish that I could take back the things that I said. The Divine Feminine, I'm taking a new direction. So I think the Divine Feminine is expressing love for herself and saying that she is going to be taking a new direction, a new attitude towards this relationship, and spending her energy, I dropped a card, getting her energy into self-love, all right? Loving herself, and again, connecting and relying on the divine. It doesn't say that she doesn't love her Divine Masculine, but she is awakened, and she is ascending, and she's taking action, all right? And if she has to walk this path alone, then she's prepared to do that. Okay. Interesting. Just getting the intuitive messages here. Okay, so what is the lesson that is being shared by our couple here? What is the lesson of this experience so far? For our Divine Masculine and Feminine, what is this lesson? Okay. And number 5, shadow aspect. I'm taking this to mean that this is about seeing who you really are, seeing who you really are, seeing the person that presents themselves and who they really are over time and under pressure. So what is the shadow? What is the shadow of the person that you're dealing with? And how your perception of them has changed because of their actions and because of just the entire journey has brought some things to the surface about one another. All right? I think that's what this is saying. That both of us, both of you, have learned something that you didn't know about the other one. Something that an aspect of that person that you are surprised, maybe, or something that they were trying to hide. Something that they didn't feel that they were free enough to share, but has become obvious to the other through this experience. All right, that's it. All right, so let's see. What is that? Looking at the twin flame shadows, since we're talking about the shadow aspects here, what are secondary, that someone is not a priority, someone has not been irresponsible, someone has not been faithful in this relationship, they haven't been responsible in their previous relationships even, maybe, okay, haven't lived up to their responsibilities, that they actually appear to be one way, but in actuality, there's something else altogether going on. Maybe this is talking about someone is in a marriage or in a relationship. Someone was maybe in a marriage or committed relationship that was fake, that was dead. But they chose to remain in that, and the other one sees that as being irresponsible. Okay. Or they saw themselves as being irresponsible in relationships. So the perception that one or both of you may have had of one another has changed because you see how they are in relationships. And this has brought a lot of pain. This realization has been very painful. Of course not. One more. Two more, thank you. Key and unlock. Yeah, you're learning a lot about yourselves, a lot about relationships. You're learning a lot of the secrets that you and your partner may have hidden from one another. This journey has unlocked a lot of information for you both about who it is that you've been dealing with and who it is that you have been presenting as. And this has left you with doubt. Both of you have been left with doubt and distance from one another. Oh yeah. So someone felt that they were secondary to the family and friends of the other, and one person got spooked by the relationship and the reaction of the family and friends, and therefore the other person felt that they came in as secondary. I should have been honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. The twin flame connection and divine feminine feels that this was irresponsible. Turning your back, being in denial about this relationship, about how you were feeling, how the masculine was feeling, or whoever it was that was in denial. It was irresponsible. That you were acting, that the other partner was acting one way to family and friends, and they knew that their relationship that they were remaining in was dead and stale. The connection still affects me. Things were growing. You are growing. The divine feminine is ascending. But at the same time, there's a lot of regret and a lot of pain as the ascension is still taking place, as the awakening is happening. This dynamic has been very painful for you both. Lying was easier for me than telling you the truth. The action, looking at this situation from a higher perspective, unlocking and understanding what is exactly going on, or how to get out of this, how to escape this. Is by taking a new direction. Even if there are still secrets, and even if you're not sure, even if you're doubting, because of the things that were said that you wish you could take back, still feel like it's the time to take a new direction, even though you may be afraid, even though you may be doubting whether or not you can do this, because you don't want to, because you love your counterpart. All right, so what is then the lesson for you both? What are the signs from Spirit? What is going to be the resolution of this situation for you both? Love and peace. Love and peace. You're going to get messages about love. Peaceful messages are going to come to you. Could be actual messages, could be messages that come through your intuition, from Spirit. Dominance and horns, stability. So, could be dealing with an earth sign. There's going to be a peaceful resolution when it comes to the family. Someone is going to stand up and take the reins in this. Ooh. Could be the queen. Could be the feminine energy that is going to stand up. This is fate. This is what's in the cards. And maybe in the cards for the feminine energy to take the gamble and show her power and strength with love and with her connection to the divine, to take the lead through love. Mm-hmm. Bloom and freedom. Things are still up in the air, but I think this is about taking things into your own hands, being willing to take a chance, okay, being willing to step out, take advantage of the freedom, okay, or realizing, both of you, that you're free to do what it is that you want to do, that you cannot be contained or or restricted, that you have a right to fulfill and to follow your dreams. Rocket voyage. Yeah. So I think that this is saying that both of these, that your partners, maybe through the feminine energy, are going to realize that you can create stability for yourselves. All right? That you can find peace. You can find peace and stability if you take a chance on loving one another and stepping out and being free and continue this journey together. Some of you may feel like you weren't meant for this, like this is foreign to you. This is foreign to your spirit, this whole being here. I'm hearing that song, you took me riding in your rocket and gave me a start, and then a half a mile from heaven you tossed me back down to this cold, cold world. Something like that. I think that's a Stevie Wonder song. But it's something like that. It's like you feel out of place here, both of you, all right? And you, at some point, are going to realize, both of you, that there's freedom in this relationship. And all you got to do is take a chance. And it'll take you to where it is that you intended to ascend to. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. There's going to be some type of awakening, some enlightenment for both parties. Even with all that you've come to know about one another, bad and good, that this is something that you're willing to take a chance on because of the love that you all have for one another, because of the love that the Divine Feminine has shown for her partner and for herself, and especially for her connection with the Divine and her determination to maintain that connection with the Divine and her own divinity. And the outcome for this couple, unconditional love. Exactly, Ashe. Through the shadows, through the negativity, through the fighting, through the family, through everything, through the unveiling and the unmasking of your shadow energies and your shadow selves, there still is unconditional love between the two of you. And that is what is going to get you all back to the stability, or creating the stability, so that you all can move forward together, helping one another, having each other's backs as you move up and go forward, because the journey's not over. But this is saying that you all do have the ability to learn from these lessons, learn from who you learned your partner really is, and that through it all, they still love you unconditionally, and you love them unconditionally, no matter how much they try to hide and protect. All right, no matter how much they worried about what was being said by friends and family, they still had a passion. You still had a passion for your partner, and she or he still had a love for you. So, very nice. Unconditional love from both of you to one another. And unconditional love that you realize the Creator had for both of you. And the importance of this relationship. Okay, let's get a message from the Psychic Tarot. All right, there we go. Our two cards, we have number 6, third eye chakra, and number 14, patience. Our favorite, right? And 14 is 5, 6, 5 and 6, 11, manifestation. Your intuition is telling you that if you have patience, you can achieve what it is that you have been trying to manifest. Keeping in touch with your intuition, keeping in touch with your faith, relying on your intuition, and maintaining your patience is what's going to bring you to the manifestation of the relationship that you seek. So, divine masculines and divine feminines, that's the messages that I'm getting for you today. All right, if it resonates, it resonates. And if it doesn't, well, it'll resonate later. Whenever you come upon this message, it'll resonate if it's meant for you to have this reassurance that all that you're going through is not for nothing. And in the end, things are going to work out the way it's supposed to, because this is what it is that was meant to be. All right, and you know that. And you just continue to be patient, wait for things to change, and you're going to receive what it is that you are supposed to get. You are going to understand things, accept things about yourself, about your partner, about the family and friends around you. And you're going to still be able to manifest ultimately what it is that you are meant to have. Because all of this journey, everything, was intended to be this way. Because you all were supposed to learn about love and protecting. All right, and understanding what it is that God has for both of you to do. Right, this is a journey that taught you both a lot, and is still teaching you both a lot, and it's not over, but it is continuing. So don't get discouraged by the information, by the realization, by the disappointment that you all are having in one another as you learn the dark side of your partner, the shadow aspect of this relationship. Don't be discouraged. Be glad for the information, all right? Be grateful for the information, because it still is showing love from the divine by giving you this information so that you're not entering into something blindly. Ashe. Keep being patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your partner. And accept divine timing is at work in this relationship for you both. All right, being led to get one more card. Oh! 3 fell out. Power, wisdom, and the base chakra. Number 1, accepting your wisdom, accepting your power. The importance of you, the importance of your sexuality, your sensuality, the importance of your relationship with the divine. Putting yourself first, putting your needs first in terms of what it is that you need out of a relationship. Know that this sacral place, your center, your roots, that's where your power and your wisdom comes from. Okay, so get in touch with the basics about yourself, all right? Tap into the power that you have within you, all right? And that is where the change and the wisdom is going to come from. You understanding where your power comes from and how powerful you are, all that you've learned and all that you have acquired. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully this resonates with you all. And thank you so much. And I'll be speaking to you all real soon. Be blessed. Ashe and namaste and peace.